Hey, this is Al McGee with your entertainment ticket. I'm here at Boca Pal Gym, but I'm here with one of the greatest trainers I ever met in my life. That's Derik Santos. And this is Derik Santos Jr. He's an amateur, but here we have a pro, Lawrence Newton, and he's 3-0 in the 118-pound class. But first, let me talk to Derik. How you doing, Derik?
How you doing, Al? First of all, thank you for the accolades. I'm not great, but
I say you're great. You got some good.
very good. How's that?
Okay, he's very good, people. All right, we know how that goes, right? But right now, you training Lawrence, and you're training your son. First, let's talk about Lawrence Newton. He's a pro at 3-0. Tell me a little bit about him.
Well, I got really high hopes. John and I should say, have really high hopes.
Yeah, John David Jackson.
For Lawrence Newton. I've seen him grow up in the amateur system here. And about a year and a half ago, his uncle Adrian Newton started bringing him to work with us because he was trained by his father, who runs the Boca program, amateur program. And at that time, I brought it to John's attention, and I said, I think we should really take a look at him and see if we can bring him on. I spoke to his father and his uncle, and obviously him, because that's their call. And we were all in agreement that he would come under the tutelage of John and myself. And he's done really great. I really expect him to be bantamweight champion, 118. He has a long shelf life, 118, 122, 126. He really has not only all the skills, the height, the power. He can go orthodox, he can go southpaw.
Wow.
There's a bright future for him.
Lawrence, you feel that way about yourself, the way your trainer feels about you?
Yeah, I feel yes.
Now, how long you been boxing?
For 12 years now.
12 years. How old are you now?
19.
Wow.
I'm gonna be 20 in June.
Well, happy birthday. I hope I see you before that, but, happy birthday on your 20th birthday.
Thank you.
Now, when is your next fight?
Probably the end of this month, the 21st or the 22nd, 27th.
You know where it's going to be?
Probably in Atlantic City or Macon, Georgia again.
Oh, nice. Now, right now, your record is 3-0 with 3 knockouts. Now, that power and also the way you box, is that a result of the training from John David Jackson and Derik also?
Yes, it is. Working with my power, and working with my skills. A little bit of everything, just sharpen me up.
Man, and that bantamweight, you got a lot of competition in that division. What do you say about that?
I am the competition.
Ooh, I like what you said about that. Yeah, you are the competition. Man, that is a lot of confidence. But also, again, you had 2 of the best trainers I met in my life. When you first started working with them, how was it?
I was very excited to work with them. I was like, yeah, they work Kovalev. So I'm like, dang, I get real good with them. So I'm like, I'll make it happen. I just work with them.
That's great.
He's actually a pleasure to work with, Al, because he's focused. There's a lot of kids that have a lot of talent, but they get distracted.
That's how I was when I was a kid.
BT, as we call him, that's his nickname, Lawrence, he is focused all the time, and he never questions whatever I ask him to do. If I tell him we're going to swim today, we're going to run today, we're going to do 10 rounds of this today, we're going to do physical training today, he practically, spends probably 80% of his time in the gym, and you can't ask for anything more.
You should not. You can't ask for anything more. Now, Derik Jr., now you training with your dad. You're an amateur right now. Do you have those same type of positive reinforcement just like Lawrence has?
Well, yeah, I think I have most of an advantage over any amateur because they don't get the type of training that I get. I get to work with my dad. I get to work around all the great pros. John David Jackson gives me advice. And I got to meet a whole bunch of great people. I got to see BT train, and everybody just always keeps a positive vibe around me. So hopefully I can go in amateurs and do my thing, win a couple national titles, and then move on to the pros.
Oh, so when is your next fight?
Hopefully we're going to go to one of the tournaments, the JO tournament, try to get a non-tournament bout. And then for sure I'm going to be fighting March 27th in the Sunshine State Games.
Oh, in the Sunshine State Games also. Oh, yeah, with another one of your fellow, teammates too. Yeah, stablemate, as they say. Now, why did you want to be a fighter? Is it because your daddy made you do it, or is it something you wanted to do?
No, I've been around it since I was very little, and I just loved it. It's the only sport that I really like. So.
Oh, really? Only sport you really like?
I played baseball. I tried other sports. It's just the only one that really stuck to me.
And then did you see the talent in your son? Because a lot of times fathers see their sons, they want them to do it because they involved. But did you see the talent first?
No, actually, I never forced him to get into boxing at all. As a matter of fact, at the beginning, I was kind of like, okay, he showed some want early on when he was a teenager, and I never really paid too much attention to it. I let him play other sports. I was kind of more into him getting into other things, not because of any danger factor, just because I really just said, if it's in him, it'll come out at some point. About a year ago, he came up to me. He's 19 now, so it's really a late start for an amateur. But about a year ago, he came up to me and said, "Dad, I want to box." And I said, "Okay." It actually worked out really well for us. We had sort of kind of, I don't want to say hit a rough patch, but it was that. It was kind of like sometimes when kids grow up, their parents, they drift, And even though we did very well, for the most part, we were drifting in our relationship apart, and we were very close when we were younger. So boxing now has actually bonded us back together. He spends all this time with me, and I like it. I didn't, sometimes you forget about that, and then I realized, man, I enjoy having my son around, and it's worked out really well. If it takes him somewhere, then great, He actually has picked it up a lot quicker than I expected.
Nice.
So maybe he'll be a lot better than the old man ever was, and we'll see how that goes. But like he says, he does get an advantage. John helps him sometimes and gives him advice, and he gets to spar against pros where other kids don't. I'm not, the biggest challenge we have always when a parent gets into coaching a child, 9 times out of 10 it doesn't work, especially in boxing.
Yeah, I've seen it a lot.
In this case, from the very beginning, I made sure to check myself and say, well, don't over ask of what, don't over expect. Don't get over upset because that carries over in the home. And I stopped doing that. Right. I caught myself once or twice at the beginning, and it's actually worked out pretty well. I just treat him like any of the other fighters, and so be it, you know what I mean?
Right. And Lawrence, now, John mentioned that your father and your uncles also, they're involved in boxing too. When you approached your father that you finally wanted to be a boxer, was that the same with your father too, or was it a little different?
Nah, he brought me into the sport. I never knew about. I was just woke up. I was in the gym. I'm like, wow, what I'm doing here? I never knew I was gonna be a boxer.
You never knew you were gonna be a boxer.
Nah, I never knew that until I really started wanting to do it when I was like 10. That's when I really wanted to start doing like, oh, I'm gonna stay here. I'm already good, so why not stay?
Yeah, I think to add to that, Lawrence and all the other volunteers, we train the pros here in the day, and in the evening they have a great amateur program that's got a lot of history. And I think Lawrence, Danny, Rick, Gary, if I missed anybody, I'm sorry, but there's a myriad of guys that come in here and volunteer their time. Lawrence leads the ship, and I think it's really a great thing that he's done here. And I try to help them as much as I can on the side with my own volunteering, my own time, to give them tips and whatnot here and there. But it's really good. The vibe in the gym is really good.
Wow. I wish I could spend more time talking to you guys, but we got to go. Thank you very much, Derik. Thank you very much, Lawrence. Thank you very much, Derik, too. And thank you for watching Your Entertainment Ticket. Keep watching for more surprises at www.yeticket.com.
You are watching Yeticket.com with Al McGee, movie reviews and interviews. This is Yeticket.com. Yeticket.com, your entertainment ticket.
We are your entertainment ticket, that's right. Yeticket.com. We are your entertainment ticket, that's right.